What's going on, everybody? Devore, Havoc, and Shake Money.
Yep.
This is the Not for Debate podcast.
hmm
Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and most definitely share. You can also find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and also all other streaming platforms.
All of them.
All of them. I did want to make a brief announcement real fast. I know we had a big special guest coming on this evening, Spitz 389. Unfortunately, he was unable to make it. Be sure to go check out his YouTube channel, uh, Spitz 389. Big Houston Texans YouTuber. Love his video content. I felt like this evening would have been a perfect time to shed some light on the huge Houston Texans fiasco. Uh, from the time where they ended up trading Dwayne Brown for to up to now, as far as Deshaun Watson trading situation, which is overshadowing the Super Bowl right now.
hmm
But again, shout out to Spitz 389. Unfortunately, he was unable to come. We're going to try to reschedule something in the near future with him. Uh, like I said, be sure to check out his YouTube channel. With that being said, Shake Havoc, what's going on, fellas?
Doing all
Mm.
right. I'm definitely feeling better than the Chiefs barber out here giving the whole team COVID. Golly.
We are most definitely going to touch on that later on this evening. But Shake, what is that you are sipping on?
I am sipping on Sancerre, which is a Sauvignon Blanc from the Noir Valley, which is a great wine that my friend was introduced me to. I was trying to ask him what's good for some shrimp scampi, and he told me this was excellent for that. And this guy, he knows his stuff about wine. And as a matter of fact, I was talking to him. I said, "Hey, man, with all this knowledge that you have, you should, get your own platform, And he's like, "Oh, I don't have the time or the money." And then I told him about Anchor, how you can do a podcast through your smartphone, and it's free. And the best part is they connect you through all the major platforms. So you could start your podcast free, and it's easy. And like I said, you could do it on your smartphone. So if you don't have the time, you could just you have nothing to do for like 30 minutes. Just grab your smartphone and just record a podcast real quick. And there's plenty of uh, music beds that you could use that are not, you know, royalty, so you don't have to pay for them. And it has a ton of feature, man. I recommend Anchor to anybody. So just download the app and get started with your podcast.
Yes. Example number two, Anchor. We are big, huge users of Anchor. That's how we're able to provide you guys with the Spotify, the Apple Podcasts, and other uh, streaming platforms, our content. So Anchor is a most definite use for us. But one thing I did want to touch on, we touched on this backstage. Uh, Shake, I know I'm not, excuse me, not Shake. Havoc, I know you're not big on Madden, but the
Yeah.
the sense of concern within the Madden community about a Madden YouTuber was
hmm
came up big today over the last couple of days. Actually, for those that don't know, Jamel Flow, a big Madden YouTuber, was
hmm
missing for the past 6 days, if I'm not mistaken. And just to sit back and watch the way the Madden community, Twitter especially, came together and was just wondering about his well-being, hopefully hoping that he would come home safe. Did you want to go ahead and comment on that?
Yeah. I mean, I think especially when you talk about the YouTube community, there's a number of Madden YouTubers that are. I mean, they've been what 6, 7, 8, 9 years deep now. If you look at some of the guys like Anto the Boss, uh, guys, Flight Reacts is NBA 2K, but just you know these people over years at a certain point. And if
Right.
you've been following them, you watch their videos. At some point, you probably had some type of conversation with them in the comment section, or whatever. So it really is a community. These dudes, they come back every year. Doesn't matter really the quality of the game. That's my
Hmm.
main quality of the game. But they keep coming back, hitting y'all with that content every day. And to be honest with you, I'm not too surprised because I've seen in the past, you know, uh, YouTubers getting some issues, and people will start a GoFundMe for them, or they'll do something to help out. So uh, it's good that he was found. Uh, I guess we'll find out more of the story later, but it's not just Madden either. It's the 2K community. All these communities, they're tight knit. Especially with some of these bigger YouTube people. They got moderators, they got people they close. I mean, all that type of stuff. So
Right.
glad that
Mhm.
he was found.
Absolutely. Um,
As a matter of fact,
Bank.
there's one YouTuber I follow. His name was QBJ. He's pretty good.
Oh yeah, like
You
QJB.
him.
ever heard of him?
QJB. Yeah,
QJB.
QJB. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
yeah.
He's pretty cool.
Bridges got swag. that
Yeah.
guy, that guy's nice.
Yeah. That theme song was dope. He
Hmm.
converted over to doing mobile games, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I do, because I do I do Madden Mobile.
Madden.
yeah,
Oh, you do Madden Mobile. See, I haven't done Madden Mobile since the flip phone days.
yeah. QJB is kind of like the Madden equivalent of Chris Smoove. If y'all know who Chris Smoove is, he's like probably the longest running NBA 2K person on YouTube right now.
Yeah, I can most definitely agree with that. Actually,
Yeah.
I think the way I ended up started watching Chris Move was when they came out with the the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 console. He was one of the first ones to release a NBA 2K video as far as my career is concerned for next gen. So that's how I
Yes.
ended up subscribing to his channel and watching it. So for any
His,
young YouTuber out there that decides they want to make a
he's he's
big
he's more than
splash.
10 years deep now at this point. Like he has been at it for a long time, and he's
Hmm.
expanded his portfolio. Cuz I remember that's how I got on it too. He started at My Career cuz he
Hmm.
was doing it with the Miami Heat. So I caught on to that. And now he's out here giving y'all basketball highlights, like actual commentary on real life games. So yeah, man, it's deep, and you see some of these guys, you see their progression over time too.
Oh yeah,
Uh, so that's how you get hooked in even more with some of these guys. But
Banks. Excuse me. Sorry about that,
yeah,
Havoc. Glad you could join us.
I mean, where else would I be on a Wednesday night? No girlfriend, no nothing. I would be home doing nothing.
these guys starting off with problems.
That sounded
Hmm.
so depressing just
It
now.
really did.
My life sucks,
Hmm.
bro. My life sucks. No, I'm joking. What's going on, y'all? I heard about the sad news about was it Flemo Raps?
Jamel Flow.
Jamel Flow? Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry to hear about that, man. I'm glad to hear they found him. And yeah, you guys were definitely right about Chris Smooth. He's been one of the top dogs in the YouTube community for a very, 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 very long time. He's been around for a long time. So yeah, it's good to
Hmm.
see him get his due. I mean, he deserves it, man. I like to see people like that, like Maximilian Dude, who's another very big. I follow Maximilian on Twitch and everything. Um, Even Eric Rayweather, for the most part, he's up
Hmm.
and coming. I don't like Eric Rayweather's. He flip flops a lot, in my opinion.
He
Most
he
of
he
these
rides the
Madden
fence.
YouTubers, when they draw us in for subscriptions by bashing the game. And then when they bash the game enough, they get notoriety. They start to flip flop, and now everything Madden is so cool. I
They
actually,
don't all flip flop though. Ryan Moody hasn't flip flopped. He's staying pretty consistent.
but I love Ryan Moody.
I
I
do
love
too.
Ryan Moody. I love him because he holds them responsible. I actually just recently unsubscribed from Sports Gaming Online. I'm never going back to that channel again.
I hear you.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. You know, your boy was supposed to be an official member of Sports Gamer Online back in the day.
What
Uh,
happened?
well, I'm happy. I'm happy. Well, I mean, I'm sure everything happens for a reason, bro. Everything happens for a reason. But I had unsubscribed from this channel because You know, the announcement came out for the NCAA, well, college football, not NCAA.
Oh my gosh.
And they were talking about it. They went live on the stream, and the guy that's always uploading the Madden videos, I can't remember his name, but his voice annoys me. But I can't think of his name. I think it's called The Natural is his name. I think his name is The Natural. And he was
Yeah,
like,
that's his name.
yeah, so we're gonna just I mean, if you played Madden before, it's like he's so pro Madden it disgusts me. Like it's like he
There's
just
no
never
objectivity to it.
right. He's so it's just bro. Like I mean, are you stupid or just dumb? Like no disrespect to him.
But
I
you
mean,
know,
this ain't
part
no
of it is
shot.
Banks. You know, Madden got some of these dudes on the payroll.
Right,
Quite
and that's what I'm
frankly.
thinking it is because this guy he's always constantly talking about this Madden with the updates and it's just like, bro, why are you okay? He said that NCAA would be a good game. All they got to do is just take over what's going on in Madden right now and just add the jerseys. I'm
That's
like,
a joke.
Negro, what the
My
fuck? Excuse
God.
my language.
I mean,
This is how good NCAA 14 is compared to the Madden. All they would need to do is just simply take NCAA 14 and port
upgrade the
that bitch
graphics.
over, and it'll be better than any Madden that's out right now. The fact that he said that, it drew the line for me. It just aggravated the hell out of me even more, and I'm never going back to SGO
I,
ever.
I'll tell you this. I was watching some NCAA 14 gameplay the other day, and I was like, this game is way better than not just this Madden. This game is way better than the past couple of Maddens.
Bro,
That
let me.
NCAA 14 is on a whole different level, and I hope whoever is involved with Madden does not come anywhere close to this NCAA
Well,
game.
well,
I don't want y'all.
let's get
I
into
don't.
that. Let's get into
Yes,
that actually,
I
as
still
far as
play it.
NCAA.
I still play it. You see it on the screen, right? I'm still
bro,
playing it
it's
now.
the best game. It's the best game.
I'm
Okay,
playing
Period.
it now.
well, break it down. Break it down to me. And Shake, do you play NCAA?
No,
Okay,
I used to. I used to.
so give us the
So
breakdown of
I just want to. I
NCAA
just
for
want
dummies.
to. I just want to make one point real quick as far as Madden. Um, for a while, wrestling, wrestling has been boring after WCW left because at the end of the day, after WCW died, Vince McMahon didn't have any competition. So at the end of the day, it's either this or you don't watch wrestling, which I chose not to watch wrestling anymore. And I think that's what's going on with Madden. Madden, there's no real competition. There's nothing to make them say, "Hey, we need to up our game." It's either this or you don't play football. That's it. That's how
Well,
I feel about Madden.
it's well,
they will. They got no
that's
choice now because that NFL 2K that's going to come out, and that game is going to be better than Madden.
well,
It's going to be an arcade game.
exactly now because EA, and this is where the whole thing fell apart. The NFL decided to sign an exclusivity deal with EA, so EA is the only company that can make a simulation football game. Meanwhile, all EA and the Madden team come out with are these half arcade, half simulation games. Because why? They're trying to run up that MUT money.
Mm-hmm.
That's their whole game plan is everything is about filtering the work to MUT because MUT is online gambling. It is literally online gambling with these with the way they are giving people these free packs, giving people these free cards, but you can't really compete unless you have the best players, and you never get the best players in the randomized packs, so you got to
Remember
pay
when
for
Madden
them.
cards were
So
just collectibles?
it's online gambling. They should be in court. They should be thrown in jail. But but back to the original point of NCAA 14 and how it is a superior game to Madden.
Hold
Number
on.
one,
Break down NCAA, the history of NCAA football games in general, because
sure.
I remember it vividly. Plus, Banks, you cheated me, man, because as soon as I sent you that NCAA 14 copy, I looked online to see what the worth it was for. It was talking about $400.
Oh yeah.
So
It is still to this day. It is still to this day recognized as one of the best sports games ever, and clearly the pinnacle of football video games, I would say. And it's for a number of reasons. One, their dynasty mode, as you would call it, is probably still to this day the most comprehensive dynasty mode you will find in any football game. I think the only thing that really matches up with it is MLB The Show and how they run their dynasty mode. Uh,
Well,
but that's one.
the college 2K, the college NBA 2K series had pretty robust franchise system.
It was really good too.
Yeah.
They ended that. They ended that a long time ago.
Or
though.
MVP baseball 2005 with Manny Ramirez on the front cover. That had a really good franchise mode too.
Sure, even some of the earlier Maddens had
Mhm.
great franchise modes.
Oh, Madden
But
05, Madden 04 with the Mike
but
Bruno
that
show.
NCAA really signified kind of when the decline started,
Mhm.
and when it became very clear they were being more obsessed with money than making a good game. That's at that point. I think that's when EA realized all we gotta do is print up a game every year, and people are gonna buy it no matter what. And
Well,
they've been
remember how we got there too. I remember
exclusive. The
that year.
exclusivity deal is
Right.
essentially what happens,
I
and
remember that
2K
year
couldn't
very
make football
well.
games anymore.
Yeah, I remember that year very well because Madden 05 had just NFL 2K5 had released right before Madden every year.
Hmm.
And NFL 2K was picking up some steam
At a
in
lower
terms
price too.
right at a way. Remember the game was only $20.
Exactly.
So their big thing was, oh, okay, we're gonna make a better game at a lesser price. I think maybe
Hmm.
half price of it because Madden was what $40 or $50 at that
It
time.
was more than half the price.
Right. Or we're gonna make a better game and charge you less money for it.
Mhm.
So
And they did it.
My favorite thing about 2K was when they did the first person viewer, where you could look at the eyes of the quarterback.
mhm.
Yeah, I remember that. But that's kind of what we're talking about is they were consistently innovating the game. They're adding little wrinkles and like you said, the first person quarterback cam, passing cones, the hit stick. Hit stick wasn't always in Madden.
No,
That was an addition to the franchise. They kept innovating the form, but what we've seen now is they're sitting on that exclusive contract and they just giving y'all the same game year after year, over and over and over again. And
hit stick.
that's the place Madden is right now. They don't have any competition and they're not self motivating. So they're
Yeah,
just gonna sit on it.
2K did. Oh, not only did 2K do the hit stick, they also did the truck button with the running back, where you could truck
Mm.
somebody.
Nah, 2K didn't have his stick.
I know they had the truck button.
They had that where you hold the A button and then you press it, and then
Yeah.
you
Truck,
like a power move
and you
or
could
something
truck.
like
And you could truck the truck
On the
button. You could
offensive
truck.
side, they had the truck,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But they didn't quite have. But I mean, I'm sure if they kept going on with the game, in my opinion, the 2K game would be far superior to what Madden is right now. If
that. Absolutely.
they,
Actually,
they
it
had
was
have to
not,
be
ESPN too.
alive.
It was ES.
yeah, it's it's just like it's just a sad state of affairs because clearly for a sport that is the number one sport in America to have the worst game amongst all professional sports leagues in this country, it's a sad state of affairs.
The one thing I did like about NCAA though was you could create a player and then have and draft him on your team in Madden.
That's another thing. I remember that too. You could
Don't
export
forget that was
the
called
draft
Road to
class.
Glory. It was Road to Glory mode. That's what it was called. Where you,
Yeah.
in
I
the
mean, I
earlier
remember.
versions of it, you would actually create the player. They would give you a dorm room and all this stuff. You would have to
Hmm.
study, take these tests. See, I don't know what DeVore was talking about earlier when he said this game was overrated or something like that. I have no idea what he
Let me
meant
let
by
me
that.
let me explain this to you because
Yeah.
this is what I got out of this announcement. It was all right. So we got to figure out how we're going to continue to keep the video game football community on the EA side. So let's go ahead and make an announcement and reboot NCAA football to suck y'all into that trap. So to take away from the 2K Sports football game that's supposedly supposed to be coming out the earliest April 2021, which I haven't heard an announcement for. So it's probably going to end up being pushed back to 2022. I'm guessing with COVID-19 taking an effect last year, end up slowing up the production of the game. But that's what I got out of the announcement. Like, why would they decide to do it right now?
Well,
Like,
I'll tell you why. Because they just finalized a deal to pay college athletes for for using their image in a video game.
Mhm.
So it appears they've settled on some type of resolution when it comes to using their likeness in a video game and paying them for their likeness as well. That's been the holdup the past few years, has been that, as people say, you got, number 7 of Alabama out there. Everybody knows who he is. It looks kind of like him in the game, but you're actually not paying him in real life, but you're making money off of his likeness. That's kind of what doomed the NCAA franchise. But now that they're back, like I said, I hope the Madden people don't come anywhere near this game.
Oh, they are. Shout out to Jay Hearn, by the way.
What up, Jay Hearn? What's happening, baby?
What's up, Jay Hearn?
Well,
no, but another thing I like.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I used to like too is I used to do I used to make my own university, Miami Tech Bulls, and I put them in.
Man.
Okay.
And I
this game has so many. That's what made it so different. That's what's missing in the Madden games now is the fact of the customization, the creativity. Which is games like in like MLB The Show, they still have certain features in the game that allows you to kind of represent your own thing. It's like Madden is almost afraid to be different now. They just kind of want to just get by.
Oh shit!
Well, wasn't NCAA more of like the prototype to Madden though?
Right. They were supposed to. So NCAA was being used as they
experimented with the NCAA.
Okay.
Yeah.
They would basically take the Madden engine and then add in all the programs, like the university programs, the jerseys, and playbooks, and all that stuff. And then they would release the game. And when you compare it to an NFL product, it's not going to outsell, especially during that time. College football wasn't outselling professional football. But if you think about the way time has changed with so much, friction that the NFL is beginning, the bad press NFL is beginning. A lot of people don't watch the NFL anymore. I've always been, in my personal opinion, I've always preferred college sports over professional athlete sports because they're playing for something, really. They're not getting paid for it. They're just going out there, playing for the team, playing for the program, stuff like that. So that's why I always personally prefer college sports over professional sports. But, it comes down to bottom line, you still want to have that. You still want to have that Sunday feel. Like when you wake up in the morning, you kind of want to just kind of, for me, the whole deal with Madden was back in the days, I would just play franchise mode for hours at a time. And like, I didn't care to play against my friends because I knew I would beat them. And online was just too glitchy and it's too many exploits. You didn't really care about that because everybody did the same thing. And now everything is on YouTube. So all they're going to do is go get the one money player, two money players that work over and over and over. Even when you have a good football IQ, you can't do nothing about it. So I always prefer to play it offline to myself, like that general manager mode that we do, DeVore together, where we just take the team and we simulate the seasons and try to win Super Bowls. That's awesome. I love doing stuff like that.
I'm doing that with FIFA right now.
Yeah, even with you with FIFA, it's the same thing. You just, that's what makes it different.
And I think that's essentially what it is a lot of franchise heads like me and Banks, man don't really care about us anymore.
Nah, they don't.
They're only concerned about online and MUT. They're only concerned with the online play and the gambling. They ain't worried about the franchise mode. They ain't worried about the customization. They're not worried about it.
Right.
They need to take out the face of the franchise too. I hate face of the franchise.
Yeah, that was just the way that I don't know who plays that.
They just waste everybody's time. See, and they come up with these modes every year, trying to talk about we're trying to innovate, and then it's in the game for 1 year, and they take it out immediately because no one likes it. Like, what's going on?
Are you talking about the one Wade or whatever his name was? The
one with him and the high school friends in Texas. And it doesn't look. Oh my gosh, Madden. Here's the main problem I have with Madden. Y'all have all the resources to make the best game out here, hands down, and you waste it.
And
year
money
after
ain't a problem.
Year, you waste it.
Money ain't a problem. We know
it ain't a problem.
Money ain't a problem at all.
You saw I end up buying UFC because I haven't been a fan of it as of late.
I told you that game was. I told you that. After UFC 2,
3 was straight though.
I like
it was
UFC 3.
tolerable.
Bro, it declined. Like it's like they took people's complaints way too serious. Oh, we don't want to actually play an MMA game. We want to play Fight Night. Listen, dude, this is the UFC. We're not gonna sit here and spam. I don't press my buttons that fast. I'm a technician. I want to get in there like the MMA for real. And even in boxing, you shouldn't be able to just step in the middle of the ring and slap on an analog stick, throwing punches religiously with zero consequences. It's dumb. Like, there's no type of stick skill or user skill in these games anymore. And it's sad because you'll get online and play. I'll play my nephew who's like 8 years old right now or something like that, and he'll beat the shit out of me. Just because he went on YouTube, got on, I don't know who, well, no names here, but they got on somebody's page, saw a cheesy exploit, or money play as they call it, and running it left and right. Like the whole deal last year in Madden was the guy who won the Madden tournament by putting his kicker in a quarterback.
He didn't even have a quarterback.
He manipulated the handoffs, he manipulated the animations, and he won the entire tournament running 2 or 3 plays the entire time. Like, that's a problem. Like,
with a punter as a quarterback.
That's ridiculous.
Damn.
With a punter as quarterback, he didn't throw the ball not once.
He did not throw a single pass.
So he had Jared Goff.
No, he had worse. He had Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow.
Hey, Tim Tebow, he won a playoff game.
He's at home right now.
Yeah, he's playing baseball right now, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say one of the biggest issues I have with Madden and franchise mode, because I'm in 2 leagues, one on the PS4, one on the Xbox One, is the superstar and the X Factor abilities. I feel like they're too easy to achieve in the franchise
I like the
mode.
implementation of those. Like the X Factor.
No, you don't. Hey, I'm gonna send you an invite to this league that I'm in right now, where it's virtually impossible to pass on certain teams because they have superstars all over the defensive side of the football field. Like, is it like there's this one little perk that they have at the superstar ability level. It's called one step ahead, and the cornerback has the ability to be in a step ahead on the route that your receiver is actually running. So how the hell are you supposed to end up passing the ball up against a team like that?
All you need is route runner and Most, and you're good to go.
It don't work. That defense, those defensive superstars, they overpower. And that's any receiver superstar factor.
And that's the issue is, and it's like I've said, EA has his only company that can make simulation games, yet they continuously try and give you an arcade game. What's going on with y'all? Got 1 million badges now,
and then
it's like power up tokens.
And then they test they undermine your intelligence by putting in 3 different game style modes: arcade, competitive, and simulation.
The same game.
It's the same fucking game. It's the same game. See, no different.
My thing is with Madden is like my whole concept is you put pressure on the quarterback, you win the game. And it's got me all confused at this point now, where you don't need a pass rush. You just need to have the best core. You just need to have the superstar factors on the quarter for you to be able to do what you need to do. That's where I'm at right now with Madden. So
one of my favorite Maddens was Madden 2003. As a matter of fact, Marshall Faulk was on the cover of that Madden.
Oh, well, yeah, that's one of mine too. Madden 05 will always be my favorite though. 05.
Yeah, of course.
Always.
Yeah.
But
Ray Lewis.
With Ray Lewis, yeah. But no, the reason I liked it was because I used to do they gave the option where you could do your own team, and I used to make the Carroll City Sharks.
That's what's up. I used to make my own team when I was doing the NCAA. Man, one time I recruited a running back. This dude was 6'4", 260, and I was like, this is clearly a video game because there's no way there would be a 6'4", 260 running back. And then I saw Derrick Henry.
Or Brandon Jacobs.
Then exactly. This dude was moshing people. It was just straight truck stick all day long, bro. It was amazing.
Well, I did what's someone called a 6'8", where 6'8" receiver running a 4-3.
Okay. But that's the fun of the game is when you land a recruit like that, and then you get to use him for about 3 years. Like that's the whole fun of the game for the NCAA tip. But for them, I
But that
understand EA is
was
making money, but from an artistic standpoint, just from a quality standpoint, they ain't making quality games anymore, bro.
No,
They
they're
making
not.
no.
games that people like. They're making games that people are satisfied with. But they ain't out here trying to push the envelope and make anything special. They're just trying to give y'all that Soylent. They're trying to give you that Matrix. Just be happy with it. It ain't the real. It ain't what you really want, but it's good enough to keep you satisfied. And
Right.
that's
Well,
what
like I
EA has
said,
been on for years.
it's either that or nothing.
Like I said,
Hmm.
hey, the clock is ticking. I mean, not NCAA. 2K Sports is coming out with the football game, so we're gonna see what they bring to the table with that. Then we're gonna
Ooh.
bring this license back to the table as far as we
Yeah,
want to continue on with EA Sports with that license.
I'll tell you
Hmm.
Bl-
this: if
Blitz
that
was used to
arcade
be
game,
good too. Remember, Blitz took a lot
I
of
remember
Yeah,
Blitz.
you tripping? I don't fuck with Blitz.
I like
uh
Blitz. Blitz is
oh yeah,
Blitz. I
Blitz
mean,
was awesome.
Blitz is a straight arcade game,
I
Yeah,
but
want
that
to
it's
was
bring
really
fun.
back
good.
NBA Street. Just give me NBA
Oh
Street
my, NBA
now.
Oh
Street Volume
man, yeah, it
2?
was.
You remember NBA Street Volume 2?
Yep.
Bro, that's one of the greatest games, period. Not even sports games, period. They had 3 different eras of Michael Jordan in that game.
Yep.
Yeah, that game was dope. The soundtrack was dope.
Oh, the announcer, they got Bobito, DJ Cucumber
Shit.
Slice in there.
Lasagna on the grill.
See, that's some
Oh
good
my
stuff, man.
gosh. That game was perfect,
But
in my
overall, I'm
opinion.
excited. I'm excited that we did, we get in a reboot of the game of NCAA. I've been
Hmm.
pushing for this. I've been waiting. I was excited to get the news personally. When I saw it, I was just like, like,
And,
oh my
and the
god,
best and the best part is it comes out a few months before Madden does.
Woo,
It's a
it's gonna
month
be.
before. It's a month before. So
Yeah, yeah.
Madden come out in August. NCAA used to come out in July.
I'm gonna tell y'all this though. If they come out with this NCAA and it looks like some repackaged Madden, they ain't gonna hear the end of it.
I bet you it will. I bet you it will, and that's why I
They
was
ain't gonna
like,
hear the
they
end of it. If they
sucked
come out
y'all
here,
in. Y'all, they sucked y'all in
if
again as far as a better product of a
if they
video
give
game.
y'all just Madden with different uniforms, oh, Twitter is going to kill them.
Mhm.
That's how
They will
it.
never see the end of it. They're gonna be fifth. EA is upset with one Ryan Moody. If they repackage this Madden and call it NCAA, they about to have 50 Ryan Moody's on them.
Mhm.
50, 500,000 Ryan Moody's.
Since we got
And they
that
messed up the NBA Live
NCAA.
franchise too. They messed up NBA Live. NBA Live was the best basketball
You're
game out there, and they
tripping.
done messed it up,
You're
bro.
tripping, Havoc. You are tripping.
No,
I
live
can't.
used to be really good, man.
They
No,
don't even come out with
hell
NBA
no.
Live games anymore,
Live
bro.
was
What are you talking
terrible.
about?
Live has always been terrible,
That's a lie. That's a
bruh.
lie.
NBA Live didn't have shooting forms in the game. They didn't have no stamina in the game. 2K Sports had stamina and shooting forms in the game.
How come
I was making threes with Yao Ming in NBA Live. That's
EA
how
for
trash
first
NBA Live was.
well, first of all, NBA Live clearly hit a point where they went downhill, and
They
NBA
start giving us
2K
love.
became king. It was
There never been a point where they were on top outside of the fact that
What?
they
Wow.
had the All-Star weekend. That was the only good perk about NBA Live. But like I told you, they didn't have stamina in the game. They didn't have shooting forms in the game. Like Yao Ming was making threes consistently in NBA Live. That's how
first of
terrible
all,
NBA Live was.
real basketball heads have not been playing NBA Live for a very long time. So you're talking about Yao Ming hitting threes? I was off NBA Live by that time.
That's like early 2000s though.
That's what I'm talking about.
What
Like
what NBA Live you
they
talking
ran
about?
NBA games in the 90s up to early 2000s basically. And then it just fell off. It just
It was
fell
all it's
completely
all
off a
about
cliff.
2K. When 2K came out for Dreamcast,
Oh,
it
it
was
killed
all
them.
about
2K
2K.
killed them, bro. 2K killed them.
Mhm.
Out the gate, they killed them. Out the gate. Like it wasn't even a discussion anymore. So, but
I remember.
I'm saying they're coming out with an NBA Live game. This game ain't even playable. Like every single year, EA puts out a release. The game just isn't where we want it to be. How long it take y'all to make a basketball game? Because you can't make a football game, right? Now you're telling me you can't make the basketball game, and now you're telling me you're making Mass Effect for us as well.
Mhm.
EA, I'm done with y'all.
Who remembers Jordan versus Bird?
I don't. I don't.
I
I was
remember that
young,
was back
so
in the day. That was way back in the day. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember. Me and my homeboy, we used to play that on the computer, and he always picked the Celtics because Bird would hit a 3-pointer no matter what. So
Hmm.
the way I found out to beat him was I played with the 76ers, and every time he tried to go a 3-pointer, I used Manute Ball. Block, block, block. I beat him with the 76ers. Every time he tried to go for a three, I just used
oh,
Manute
that's
Ball.
so funny, man. That's hilarious. He's just like not in my house. Like, oh my
Hmm.
god,
But
I know he was pissed off.
yeah, he couldn't use Larry Bird anymore because Manute Ball, man, he was like what 7 feet. Just
Hey, that's what you got to do. That's
oh
what you
my
got to
god.
do.
All right, so since we got our little 36 rant as far as our hate for Madden and EA Sports, let's go ahead and move on to this. Well, first, I did want to touch on this again because Banks, you kind of left pretty sparingly on Saturday. I kind of felt like you went outside and ran around butt naked around your neighborhood as the trade was announced that Stafford was coming to the Los Angeles Rams. But just to revisiting that trade, it was Matthew Stafford for Jared Goff and 2 first-round picks, one for 2020, 22 and 23.
2023, yeah, 20,
Yeah,
and
22 to
and
23.
and the third round
22
is this year.
and the third round is 2021. So my question to you guys is, as far as the asking price for Deshaun Watson right now, do you think the 2 first-round picks and at least I probably would say you're another player would set this probably the be the minimum for Deshaun Watson?
That's not going to be enough.
Yeah, that's
I'm
not gonna
telling
be
you right
No,
off the bat.
I
it's
said the
it's gonna
minimum. That's the
it's
minimum.
it's gonna
No,
be a Herschel Walker deal. Let me tell you
that's
right
not the
now,
floor.
it is gonna be a Herschel Walker deal right now.
Yeah, bro. Like he is arguably a top 5 quarterback in his prime, and he's under the age of 26.
Mhm.
Like that price is going to be like we talk about the Matthew Stafford trade. Said Matthew Stafford about a decade older, at least a decade older
I'll take
than
him. I'll
Deshaun
take him
Watson
on the
is.
Dolphins right now.
He's at least a decade older than Deshaun Watson. So you're talking about if they got two ones and a three for that.
Actually, Matthew Stafford's only 33, so it's not even that
Okay,
much older.
okay, so he's about 8 years, 8 years older than Deshaun Watson,
So
bro. First of all, Matthew Stafford been in Detroit so long. I thought he was, I thought he was like banging on 40 by now, but
I was actually
no man,
surprised how old he was. Really, when I heard 33, I was like, wow, he's really that
that's
good.
actually surprising. I thought he was way older than
I
33.
thought it was. I thought it was younger. He looks super young. Like he doesn't look
mm-hmm.
Any
for that age.
regrets? Any regrets about that, Banks? Any regrets about the trade? Now that you had a week to think about it.
No, absolutely not. I'm not gonna have a single regret about it because it's at the end of the day, it's still an upgrade over Jared Goff, and that's what it's about. Jared Goff
Hmm.
has not played good football in over 2 years after we
Mm-hmm.
got that given that deal. This is what it is, man. We like they've been talking about. We gave up $22 million in dead cap space. We're willing to pay a penalty such as that just to get rid of this guy. I mean, that lets you know how toxic that situation really was. And you got to think about it too. McVay never really seemed to really be in support of him anyway. You got to remember, Goff was somebody drafted before even McVay even showed up to our team. So he's not. I don't think McVay really had a lot of confidence in him in the get go, and even when I actually sit back and I look at him in the earlier years, I mean he doesn't look like he has confidence, man. It's just I think that's what his issue is. It's just he does not look confident to be playing NFL football. He almost looks like he has a fear on his face every single time he drops back and throws a pass. And you just can't do that with a team as such as ours. Not to brag or anything like that, but our team, you can tell, is full of certain guys. Like they just sure themselves. We got we got swagger on both sides of the ball. We got swagger on offense. We got swagger on defense. And these guys are trying to make it happen. And then when you got when Wolford was getting the game, the players really were like behind him. Like and that's why I knew it was the beginning of the end for him. When Wolford was getting all the support in the Rams community on Twitter, on Bleacher Report, and all the big apps that I follow and stuff like that, Facebook. When I started seeing the support Wolford was getting, I was like, oh yeah, this is really happening. But I didn't know it was going to be this year. I thought they were going to try to move on from him next season. I was not expecting this year. So, but I think the trade is still those 2 draft picks that we gave up. Again, if the plan, again, just to hear it out, if the plan is to be competing for Super Bowls, those we're expecting those draft picks to be later picks anyway. We're talking 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Which technically those are the kind of guys that you're, thinking more and more lines, second round picks anyway. You know what I mean? So you're not, they're not really. I don't think they're really concerned.
See what happened? One thing I noticed about Jared Goff, about him was he was good once McVay told him what to run, and once the defenses knew what they were going to do, he didn't know how to change up afterwards. He didn't know how to manage the game if McVay didn't tell him how to run it. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. And I think with Stafford, he's not going to have that problem. And he'll probably audible out of something McVay calls if he doesn't like what he sees.
Confidence, bro. That's exactly what we're talking about. You can see from Matt Stafford's game, he has confidence. Like he knows he can get the job done, and that's all we need. All we need is a guy that just knows that he can get it done. And even if Matt Stafford goes down, I think I've seen enough from Wolford when he comes back from his injury to trust that he'll manage the game until Matt Stafford. If Matt Stafford happens to get hurt, he'll manage the game until Stafford comes back. You know what I mean? So it's better having Wolford as a backup quarterback than Jared Goff. That's just how bad it got. It's just and I'm gonna come out and say it. I'm gonna be 100% straight up because this is not for debate. And that's what we do. I'm gonna go ahead and publicly acknowledge DeVore's point. DeVore's been saying it for a very long time since we drafted this guy 6-7 years ago. He's right. Jared Goff is a bust. He's terrible.
It took just me sitting down and watching him against the Miami Dolphins that game for me to pinpoint that out. God. And by the way, that was year 1, fellas. That was year 1. And now just imagine what I could do by sitting back and just watching a guy for 7 straight games. What I could do with a deep analysis of that guy.
He's talking about.
I mean,
I'm not getting in it. No.
Number one.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna trust Jimmy Johnson's analysis. How about that?
You go ahead and do that. But to go back to what you were saying, Shake, about Jared Goff beginning to struggle. I saw it. Well, at first I saw it in that 2016 game against the Dolphins, but he started to make a valid argument that very next year with McVay, and then continuing on his success that year after that. Where you started seeing the decline was during that playoff run when Todd Gurley wasn't exactly available, and that threat of Todd Gurley was put a big huge strain on Jared Goff's ability. And now you seriously saw the handicap that Jared Goff had on the Los Angeles Rams. I don't know if they were the St. Louis Rams back then when they played the New England Patriots Banks.
They were still the Los Angeles Rams. They were LA Rams, maybe in the first year.
No, the first year was LA Rams. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so when they played the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl, you could see the discomfort that Jared Goff had in that game. So it just goes to show how valuable to me that Todd Gurley was to that offense. But also another thing I wanted to touch on, Banks, as far as your receivers are concerned, do you think the lack of production at the receiver position also led to Jared Goff's decline?
Yeah,
and this is a deep receiver class too, so
right. And that's one of the things that I pointed out that I wanted to point out too. I don't think we're done there. I do feel like we still need that vertical threat that can go down the field and beat people down the field. Whether that be a big physical receiver like Metcalf or something like that in the draft, who knows? Or if we end up getting somebody like, from what I'm hearing, we're actually trying to get in contact with Cincinnati about John Ross for him coming over to LA.
Y'all don't need no more. Y'all don't need no more little guys. Y'all need.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want the little guy. I want a bigger body. I would be even okay with having Odell if Odell happens to just get out of Cleveland. I would be happy if we went after Odell just because he will add a threat dimension to our offense. Okay, this guy can still beat you deep. Or we could just go after a guy in the draft and pay him less money and, build him up. Because Van Jefferson, I think Van Jefferson is going to be a very good productive receiver, but I get a possession receiver vibe from him. I don't think he's going to be somebody that we can threat. Like even when Cooper Kupp caught that pass, that deep pass against Seattle, I was actually surprised because we don't throw the ball deep. Like we don't.
You don't have an over the top guy,
right? We don't have somebody that can pull the top back of a defense. We need that. So, and even with the situation with the Gerald Everett situation with the tight end position, we were kind of expecting him to get out there and peel the defense back a little bit, but we haven't really found our way to use him in the offense. I mean, he was more productive this year, but I was expecting more for him being a second round draft pick for us that year. I'm still waiting for him to show up, but we're in a good spot. We definitely need to go after some receivers though.
What you think about AJ Green?
Washed up. He's
done. Nah, I don't want a veteran. I want somebody. Now, don't get it twisted though. He wouldn't have to do much in our offense, to be very honest with you, because we have, like I said, we have reliable receivers. I don't think we're going to end up signing Josh McReynolds back. I think they're going to let Josh McReynolds walk, but he's another guy that's pretty productive. We're going to keep Cooper
Robinson.
Right. We got some. Maybe Allen Robinson. That would be.
That's what I'm saying. Allen Robinson.
That won't be bad.
He's asking for a lot of money. I know that much.
He deserves it.
You talking about LA though, man? Money.
I get it. But
Havoc, the Rams ain't got money like that. Don't let him stunt.
Man, listen, I guarantee you.
Do the Rams have the cap space like that? They can sign an Allen
Robinson.
Robinson.
Got no cap space for that.
They ain't got no man, y'all.
They're already eating $22 million in dead cap for Jared Goff, and they about to take on another contract.
Although I will say, to get somebody that is called an NFL general manager to agree to pay Jared Goff over $100 million has to be the grift of the century. That man is certified trash.
That's the market, though.
He is trash, bro.
That is the market.
He's terrible.
You gotta understand the market. What they do with these quarterbacks is, as long as you're not costing us football games,
they paid him too early.
They
paid him too early.
They had no choice.
They had a choice. They didn't have to pay him when they paid him. Right.
Well, they could have just Dak Prescott him. And Dak was better than him. Dak Prescott was the best quarterback than Jared Goff.
Because what we saw was Todd Gurley was essentially Marshall Faulk for them. And when his knees went out, all that magic dust that Todd Gurley kind of brushed off on Jared Goff, all that was gone. I mean, Jared Goff, in my opinion, is best suited as a very good backup. In my opinion, he is best suited. He is Brock Osweiler. He is Brock Osweiler.
I wouldn't say he's that bad.
He's garbage, bro.
Actually, Where has that name been?
Banks.
Yo,
that reminds me of I don't know. When he said, I'm trying to think of a quarterback. He was talking about how Todd Gurley, as soon as you lose the running game, they play like trash. What quarterback? Let me see. Derrick Henry. I'm trying to think of the quarterback. Can you tell me the quarterback? Damn it.
Charlie Whitehurst.
Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, I think. Tannehill.
Like
yeah, that's the quarterback.
Like
yeah. Never mind. Yeah,
like that.
You're right.
But also, when Todd Gurley went out, their best receiving option went out as well. So, don't forget, all of them plays, Todd Gurley that year, he done turned water into wine. This is a little check down. All of a sudden, Todd Gurley breaks a couple tackles.
Cheers.
You know what I'm saying? So,
cheers.
It just goes to show, man. NFL GMs aren't smart. That's what the whole Jared Goff experiment has showed me, man. NFL GMs, man, they some of them are good, but a lot of them are not. I don't understand how
they're
you look
just
at Jared
trying.
Goff and give him $125 million.
They're
I
just
don't understand
trying
how you
to
do that.
avoid paying a whole lot more for the quarterback if he ends up paying off in the long run. They're not paying for what you did. They're paying for what you're going to do. So I'm assuming they were expecting Jared Goff to elevate his level of play as his career progressed. Obviously, that didn't end up happening that way, but that's just what it is. Because now you're in a situation like the Dallas Cowboys, where you basically could be possibly forking out over $200 million to Dak Prescott in this upcoming free agency. So I think the Los Angeles Rams, and if we want to go ahead and add the Philadelphia Eagles in this conversation with Carson Wentz, I feel like they made the right decision of going out and paying their guys early, and then just go ahead and bite the bullet later.
At least Carson Wentz put up something that resembled an MVP season at some point in his career.
He got paid after the MVP season, though.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying he gave them that level of production at a young age.
Jared Goff had some nice season.
Hold on a second now. Everybody, you, me, Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, Helen Keller, anybody can see that Jared Goff's success was a direct byproduct of Todd Gurley being Offensive Player of the Year. Anybody could have seen that. Jared Goff didn't make that boat run. Everybody knows that. So, for me, you just need a competent quarterback if you got somebody like that. Jared Goff was a competent quarterback who happened to be in that position. And he looked good. But what happened was, eventually, Jared Goff turned out to be Jared Goff. And that's what happens when you're the number one pick. They're going to give you opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. They're going to pay you early as long as you don't look like a straight scrub.
We gave him a lot of opportunity, and then we gave you a contract on top of it. Like, he's had time. And then it's like you have one of the most innovative offensive coaches in the league. Probably the most innovative.
That's debatable, but okay.
I don't know who's better than McVay in play calling right now.
I don't know.
Andy Reid.
Andy Reid. Hey, yeah, Andy Reid.
But listen, Andy Reid, that's the enemy.
What?
Let's not be ridiculous. Let's not be ridiculous. Let's not be crazy now. Let's everybody let's just pump the brakes.
Let's not be ridiculous.
Let's pump the brakes. Andy Reid is stamped certified in this game.
And by the way, those 6 championships that the Bulls won, that was Scottie Pippen.
That was all Ron Harper.
That you just made us lose all credibility by that comment. I don't know that guy. I don't know that guy.
Y'all didn't know Bill Wennington was really the key.
You already know it. In the comment section, they getting on our ass in the comment section.
You need your role players, man. Hey, listen, what did Happy say? You need a whole ass team in the playoffs. You need a whole ass team.
Yeah. Hey, that being said, the year the Rams made that run, what did they have that year? They had a whole ass team. They're making Jared Goff look like Dan Marino out here.
Right.
And by the way, I love trolling Banks about the Rams. You know I love it, but mark my words, they're gonna be division champs next year.
Oh, don't get DeVore upset saying that, bro. He thought the Cardinals. The Cardinals.
I told you that. I told you on Saturday that by you adding Stafford, that put y'all in the conversation of being in the conference championship. It's conference championship or bust. I'm not gonna say Super Bowl because you still got Aaron Rodgers in the North. You got Tom Brady in the South, unfortunately, and we don't know what's gonna happen with the rest of the NFC. I feel like the Vikings could also make a push in that conversation too as well. Oh, excuse me, not the Vikings, the Bears. So
the Bears.
The Bears.
Who's
So
their quarterback?
y'all are currently conference championship or bust right now.
I mean, look, when you have the defensive player of the year, that should be the expectation.
They got 2 defensive players of the year.
Yeah. I mean, look, when
Mm-hmm.
you have the personnel they have, that those are the expectations you should have. So,
Which, by the way, Aaron Donald. Just so you know, if he was to retire, he could play Suge Knight in a reboot of. If they was to do a documentary of Death Row, he could play Suge Knight. Which, by the way, I found out that Suge Knight was played for the L.A. Rams. As a matter of
Really? I
fact,
didn't know that.
he was a replacement player. He
yeah,
was cut.
yeah.
He was cut in training camp, and then when they did in that year, they had the replacement players. He was a replacement player for the Rams.
Yeah,
You
You
know,
don't
actually
want the producer all in the video.
yeah, they
Come to death
they
row.
caught him holding the GM over the balcony by his ankles, right?
Come to death
Exactly.
row.
hey, since we on the since we on the admitting when we're wrong topic here, I did want to say Jalen Ramsey. I'm sorry, Shake. We made a strong argument for Xavier Howard, but as far as a career longevity wise, as far as completion percentage for quarterbacks, uh, Jalen Ramsey has held it the lowest. I believe it was like 40% or something like that I
I
saw
No,
told y'all.
pro football
I told
foolishness.
I know.
So
I know.
Told
I've
y'all.
always. I know he's better than Xavier Howard, but again,
I'm
So
not gonna
I
I'm
told
not
him.
gonna appoint Xavier Howard after 1 year. I'm not hating on him because DeVore, if you had to be honest, I like Xavier Howard. I like him. I've always spoke great things about him. But he ain't no Jalen Ramsey yet. That's just what it is. He still now if he does this next year and he doesn't even have to lead in the league in interception. I want to see some film of him putting it down on somebody. Like, okay, I got you. But that's not the NFL we have right now.
But let me give you my perspective on this. One thing I hate saying about who's a better cornerback, who's not a better cornerback, because there's an old saying: everybody has a price and everybody has their match. There could be a wide receiver that can make Xavier Howard look like an idiot, and Jalen Ramsey could lock down, and vice versa. There's could be receivers that make Jalen Ramsey looked like a fool, but Xavier could knock him out. It's all about matchups.
I can agree with that. I feel
Yeah,
like a little
that's
receiver
true.
would really bother Jalen Ramsey, to be honest. I would have to see. I would have to look at some tape as far as not Xavier Howard, Jalen Ramsey against the smaller receivers like a Tyler Lockett. I feel like we can end up getting a little bit of that matchup since they play in the same division. But I feel like just Jalen is just that bigger, bulkier defensive back where he only takes the bigger receiver on the team and not the best receiver. So I'm gonna go ahead and concede it to you, Bank. For
I
now,
agree.
I'm gonna concede it to you for now, but we just can't. I'm not gonna sit here and ignore the fact that there's two defensive player of the years players on the Los Angeles Rams, and also if we talk about the previous team Jalen Ramsey came from, that was a pretty excellent defense. If we're being completely 100.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, although that defense only held up for 1 year, they sold them boys quick.
They
I'll
had,
tell
I think,
you.
2 years. They had 2 good years, right?
they
Right, but they
they
knew they had to come with the money because they knew those guys would come. They were
they
coming to ask for some money.
like
I mean,
they drafted a lot of dudes, but I mean, when it came to paying them, they didn't pay a single one of them. They let
The
Calais
price tag
Campbell
was
walk out the door.
and
They
Jackson,
let they
AJ Bouye.
AJ Bouye, Ramsey.
Calais
I
Campbell.
mean,
Calais,
golly.
they got him out of free agency.
Yeah.
They
And
signed him
Yeah,
Ngakwe.
Right.
to a
But what
big
I'm
deal.
saying, they brought him
Ngakwe was
in.
there. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Ngakwe was
yeah.
there. They had some dudes in that defense.
I mean, they still got some guys. They got who's that? Josh Allen is nice. I like
They
Josh
still
Allen.
do. Yeah, they're gonna have Trevor Lawrence
That's it.
next season too.
That's
So
all they got on defense is Josh Allen because they
Oh,
traded.
they got that
they had,
cornerback from Florida last year, which he's stepping up
oh
into his
yeah,
own.
I know you're talking about
Henderson.
Hargreaves, right?
No, not Hargraves.
Henderson.
Hargraves is in New Orleans. Yeah.
Right. Henderson, I think.
Yeah,
CJ,
Henderson. That's what it is.
CJ Henderson.
Yeah, CJ
Mhm.
Henderson.
the corner.
Mhm.
He's gonna be the deal.
Yeah.
He's
All
really
right,
good.
let's go ahead and jump into
Hey,
the Super Bowl preview. What Jake?
before you do, before we go, I have a nice little top five. Top five, if you have time. Top five, must. And it doesn't matter whether it be a snack, entree, must have before a Super Bowl game, for a Super Bowl party. Five,
Okay.
rather chips, beer, liquor. Top five.
Okay, all right, but we can do that. But the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Super Bowl 55 preview. The Kansas City Chiefs, this is going to be their fourth Super Bowl appearance, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is going to be their second Super Bowl appearance.
Yes, that's a must-have.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're going to be the first team in NFL history to host their Super Bowl at home.
Mm-hmm.
The last matchup between the Chiefs and the Buccaneers was Week 12. The Kansas City Chiefs ended up winning that game 27-24. So, Shake, I know you brought something to the table backstage last pod as far as Tom Brady and his weakness. Did you want to go ahead and share that before we get started?
Yeah. Back in 2007, when the Patriots almost went undefeated, there was a certain defensive coordinator that held Brady to 14 points. The team was averaging 35 points a game. And that defensive coordinator is on the Kansas City Chiefs right now. So Spagnuolo, he is, and
Steve Spagnuolo.
Steve Spagnuolo. Even Brady himself said it on a press conference, and that's what the people have been talking about as well. Can Spagnuolo throw a monkey wrench into the Patriots' plans? Because I'm gonna tell you something. Talk about. I know he failed as a head coach, but he is one of the defensive minds that aren't really talked about as much.
He's from that Jimmy Johnson tree. You got who's the head coach for the Bills? Sean McDermott. Sean McDermott was under Jimmy Johnson. Spagnuolo was under Jimmy Johnson. Who's the other defensive guy out there right now that's a head coach that was under Andy Reid and Jimmy Johnson? It'll come back to me. But the late Jimmy Johnson was probably one of the best defensive-minded coaches, up there with Dick LeBeau back in the Pittsburgh days with the zone blitz. But just an amazing defensive coordinator, just the amazing defensive coordinator tree that he was able to provide.
Well, one thing about Jimmy Johnson, he was a team builder. That's what I liked about him.
Not that Jimmy Johnson.
You mean Jim Johnson?
Okay, thank you. Okay, wrong Jim Johnson.
Jim Johnson.
Yeah.
But
Jim Johnson was a legend, man.
Yeah, but
is a legend. I was. What wasn't his, but yeah.
Even earlier in the season, I said that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to repeat as Super Bowl champions. And now that they're here in the Super Bowl, staying consistent with my prediction, the Kansas City Chiefs are going back to back. And quite frankly, I think the Kansas City Chiefs are the only team I would actually, the only team I would take over the Buccaneers in the entire NFL. They're the only team I would take over the Buccaneers in a Super Bowl scenario. It just happens that, it just happens for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's how the cards have played out. You got the Kansas City Chiefs. I think, probably not as good as last year's team, particularly when you talk about the injuries along the offensive line that are happening. And they had a starting offensive lineman who opted out of the season because he's a doctor doing more important things to play football. But, once again, Patrick Mahomes is magic. We're all witness to it. I think he's gonna pull another rabbit out the hat again. And the Chiefs, and once again, when it comes to the playoffs, the Chiefs aren't exactly blowing teams out left and right, but they do what they do, and no one's really figured out how to stop them. and I think that's going to carry over into the Super Bowl. Even though the Buccaneers have home field advantage, I'm still taking the Chiefs to win the game.
Mm-hmm. With that being said, there's another defensive coordinator that's being underlooked, and that's Todd Bowles. We should know who he is. He
Mm-hmm.
did so well. He played so well for. He did so good that the Jets hired him as a head coach. Unfortunately, I don't think he's more of a schematic guy than he's not really like he's not like a he's not like a solid guy that's in your face and you know what I mean. But
Yeah,
he's
he
more of a
gives definitely
reserved,
gives you
laid
strong
back type.
silent vibes.
Yeah. He is very very strategic. And what's gonna help? What makes me pick the Buccaneers, and I want to be up either way, is the fact that they have number one, two starting offensive linemen, and number two, it's gonna be Todd Bowles versus Andy Reid. Bottom line, that's what I think it's gonna
Mm.
come down to. But it's gonna and also it's gonna be who's gonna score more points. And you got to remember
It's gonna
that Tom
be
Brady has
Kansas
all these
City. Don't
weapons
worry
too.
about that. Don't worry
It's gonna
about that
be
shit.
okay.
It's definitely gonna be Kansas City because if your boy decides he wants to throw 3 picks in 3 possessions, this game is over.
You can't get
All
Patrick
right.
Mahomes that many cracks at it.
You
Can't.
want to place a friendly wager that everybody can win in? A great one. I'm willing to bet.
How about this? I'll be more prone to make this bet Saturday evening when I get an
All right. I'm gonna
opportunity.
propose the bet. Now you could take it or leave it. All right. This is gonna be the bet, and
Okay, I'm
and, and
listening.
everybody's gonna be the winner now. $50. All right. But however, if I win or you win, it doesn't matter who wins. It's gonna be it's gonna be an Amazon gift card, and it's gonna be our next giveaway. So one lucky winner will receive that $50 gift card, whether it be from me or from you.
Okay, so what's the bet though?
If Buccaneers win, you have to you put up the $50 for the gift card. If Chiefs win, I put up the $50 for the gift card. And our next giveaway, we'll give it to somebody.
I think that's fair. But again, you go give me till Saturday to figure out something real fast, and then I'll let you know Saturday night how I feel about that.
Okay.
Did you want to get in on this, Banks?
What was the bet? I missed it.
Go ahead and
The bet
explain.
is if Chiefs win, I got to give up $50, but it's going in a gift card towards our, and we're gonna do when we do another giveaway. It's gonna be for the whoever we're gonna do a giveaway, a $50 gift card again. If the
Okay.
Chiefs win, if the Chiefs win, I got to put up the $50 for the gift card. If Buccaneers win, he has to put up the $50 for the gift card.
So if I join it, he doubles it? Is that what we're hearing?
Well, it
You know
kind of
what? No.
depends. It kind of depends
I
on
want
where
my
you
bet
go.
differently. I want my bet differently. I want something different.
But see, my bet is I want everybody to win.
Oh no, of course, that's a really good bet. I mean, I like that bet. It's very considerate considering what we're trying to build here. That's actually awesome. But I'm in the mood of embarrassing people because I just want to teach people lessons.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully after Sunday's over with. But before I get started, were you done with your point? Were you done with your prediction and stuff? Did you pick your team? Who you gonna pick?
Yeah, I said the Buccaneers.
Okay. Because I'm about
Obviously,
to land
if I'm betting for the Buccaneers to win.
Okay, well, I'm about to land to DeVore's ass because the disrespect, the disrespect he continues to show Tom Brady is just ridiculous, man. What else does Tom Brady have to do for James DeVore? I'm gonna call you by your government name now, damn it. What else does my man have to do Because this does not make any sense. You about to turn this into another Tom Brady rant, and I'm not ready to do that right now. I'm gonna, you know what? Here's the bet. If I win, which I know is gonna happen, when the very next episode, with you guys' permission, I get to have a rant, an epic rant, a big one. Actually, you know what? No, I want you to shave your head and purchase a Tom Brady jersey and wear it at some point during one of our future podcasts. One at some point, you're gonna shave your head bald, zero,
Like this.
and you gotta wear a Tom Brady jersey.
Like this, right?
Oh yeah, like that.
Again, you're gonna get my answer by Saturday. I told Shake this already, so it ain't like I'm against the bet. I just wait till Saturday till I figure out something before I gotta see what's going on.
You're so
with
confident. What are you waiting for, bro?
Because I gotta see the injury report. We got a COVID outbreak right now.
Wait, really quick. Did you
And
hear?
Antonio Brown might be playing too. They're saying he's looking good to play.
But did you hear that there may be a possibility that a certain amount of players for Kansas City team may not be able to play in the game? I don't know if you guys heard about the report that came out today. How the barber. And
Patrick Mahomes was in that line.
Damn.
So,
like I said, I gotta wait.
Yeah, no. If Patrick Mahomes ain't playing, my prediction is I'm throwing my prediction out the window.
Well, no,
I don't have faith. I don't have faith in Chad Henne to bring home the bacon.
Right, but you know what happened?
He did a good job with the Dolphins.
Yeah,
when this happened, what's funny is you're the very first person I thought of when that report came out. I immediately thought of you because I'm like, wasn't Happy the one that said something about what if Patrick Mahomes gets COVID on the Super Bowl?
I mean,
like, wow.
You don't have to call me clairvoyant. I'm just saying. If Patrick Mahomes gets placed in this COVID list, even if the Buccaneers win, there's not going to be any legitimacy attached to that Super Bowl win.
It won't.
That's going to be an asterisk Super Bowl.
I'm not backpedaling. I'm not backpedaling nothing. I'm just going. Before I place any bets, I need to see the COVID list for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well,
I hear you on that one, bro. I hear you on that one.
Listen, you remember? I don't know if you guys remember when Nick Saban ended up with the COVID situation. He was able to get rid of COVID in like 3 days or something like that. I can assure you, if Patrick Mahomes does have COVID, he'll be playing Sunday. They're going to find a way to get Patrick Mahomes on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that's basically going up against every single violation that they had going on for COVID. Even if you was exposed to COVID, you're still supposed to quarantine for at least 10 days. So when did this barbershop incident happen?
The report came out today. There's actually a really funny image on the internet right now where one of the players has like half his head shaved off.
Kilgore.
Kilgore.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so funny, man. Because the guy had to stop midway. They had to leave immediately.
Your man had that's one that boy 2021. I tell you, when your barber gets pulled halfway through your haircut.
Here's what I don't understand. Why are you getting a haircut? You wear a fucking helmet. I could see if it was basketball.
That's a great point, Shake. That's a great point.
When you sit down for your interview, you have to look the part. You can't be sitting back and looking any old kind of way.
Who cares?
What you mean, who cares? It's a national televised game.
They've been doing interviews on Zoom for how long? Don't nobody care how anybody looks this year.
Yeah, they do.
Exactly.
It's the Super Bowl. You want to look nice for the Super Bowl. Even when they have their after the game speech, when the confetti drops and they're standing in the middle of the field, their helmet ain't on. Their helmet is off.
I'd rather look like Sasquatch holding a Lombardi trophy than freaking
that's real
Casanova.
I'd rather be a winner with a bad haircut.
You bald, so that don't matter.
I'd rather win with a bad haircut. So out here with the COVID barber.
Hey, Shay, how about this? Hey, Shake Money, now that you won a Super Bowl, where are you going?
To the motherfucking barber.
Yeah.
Going to the barber, goddammit.
Good man. Where
See,
you going? I'm going to get a lineup.
I'm looking at Jay Hearn's comment, and it's saying everyone was wearing masks. That's not necessarily true. When the barber gets around the little cheek area and your mustache, you got to take your mask off. Now there's some barbers that don't feel comfortable with
The
you taking
barber
your
should have the
mask
mask
off.
on though.
Yeah, that's true, but couldn't the COVID get on the Clippers and shit?
I
See,
know
this is
why.
now we're just
Hold
getting
on,
into
I know why.
unverified information. Can't the COVID
What
just get on
happened
the
was,
Clippers? What are you talking about?
his teammates wanted the Mahomes price. So if they get their haircut look like Patrick Mahomes, they get the Mahomes price.
Oh, you thinking that State Farm commercial?
Yeah, right.
There's no special prices.
I'm sorry, man. It'll grow back.
Wait a minute. Jay Hearn saying in the comment section he flying out to Disney World. We in quarantine right now. What you going to Disney World?
You ain't going to Disney World. He's going to
Yeah,
get a
you're gonna be there
motherfucking
by
haircut.
hey. Listen, now is the perfect time to go to Disney because guess what? Ain't no lines nowhere.
Are
But
they
you ain't
No
letting
going
line
you
over
in?
anywhere.
COVID, man.
Are they
I'm
not
not going
letting
to
you
Disney
know?
World.
They're not letting you know.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying home.
But yeah, I'm just
But
saying, like, they're not gonna let you in. So
no,
why
it's Florida. It's Florida.
they let
It's
you in?
Florida. It's
Oh,
Florida.
oh yeah. So let me ask you this. I know this is like totally off topic, but are the schools in Florida open right now?
Yes.
Absolutely.
No.
Like,
Man.
Yeah, some of them are. Yeah.
My
like
kids are
you're
in
You're
school
right.
right now. Well,
like
not right now, but
physically going into school right now.
yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Man, Florida ain't shutting nothing down, bro.
Yeah.
No.
Do you know who our governor is? Do you have any idea?
Yeah.
That guy's
Yeah,
an
DeSantis.
bro.
asshole. He don't care.
I'm voting for him next
He's
year.
not shutting
I'm
anything
voting for him
down.
next term. I don't care what nobody says. That's my governor.
Yeah, he's an
He's
asshole though, bro. But
I don't care.
you can vote for whoever you want, but he's
Yeah,
well,
unless you want to listen, unless you want to be like California and on lockdown. Yeah, I'm not
yeah.
voting
I
for him.
mean, what you talking about alive? But
I mean,
you know,
everybody is. I mean, they're on lockdown and their numbers are still high. So what's the difference? They finally had to reopen everything
Right.
because they
well,
realized nothing's
well,
being accomplished.
I think there's some data missing from that argument. That is that there's a significant amount of undocumented workers in California who do not have the option of staying home like everybody else. They have to go work, and oftentimes they're not afforded PPE equipment like normal, like
Hmm.
standard workers with rights do have. So that's a large part of that number is that
Hmm.
it's not necessarily representative of people who are staying home. And
Yeah.
I know
Well,
that because
get them some documents.
I'm involved in public policy, so I'm
Hmm.
aware of that data.
Hmm.
All right, Shake, what you got for this top five? And why you before you go over this, I was looking on my Facebook. I don't know if this is true or not, but somebody just posted a picture of NFL Street 4 by Sports Center, if I'm not mistaken. So
Okay,
go,
I'm
but
looking forward to it.
what you got, Shake?
All right, now everybody's going to a Super Bowl party. I'm going to Buffalo Wild Wings, hopefully.
Oh, see, now I ain't going to no Super Bowl party. We just got finished talking about quarantine. You going to Buffalo Wild Wings?
Party. I ain't party with nobody.
Yeah. Whatever.
Trying to.
I get paid leave, so I don't care. Anywho,
Hey,
um,
leave. I don't work Sundays.
no, I'm saying if I get COVID, I get paid leave. So
Oh yeah,
anyway,
but you don't want to have it though.
huh? I'll be all right. Anyway, what is your when you're watching the Super Bowl? What is your top favorite five? Either food or beverages.
Man,
Doesn't matter.
oh, they could be so much.
Yeah,
Snacks.
there's only about five things.
Right.
It's the wings. Uh, I mean, for me,
Hamburgers.
I'm not huge into the eats of the Super Bowl, but I mean, for me, it's pizza, wings, and a cold beverage. I'm good to go.
Burgers. Like we don't eat burgers for the Super Bowl.
Well,
Well,
you do.
well, excuse me, I forgot. Y'all live in warm
Says
climate
who?
weather. Y'all live in warm climate weather. Right now, with snow on the ground where I'm at, so ain't no
We could
burgers being
barbecue.
cooked on the grill.
Yeah, we can't do that here. We can't do that. We ain't.
Yeah, we ain't
I can't
barbecue.
barbecue on top of 2 feet of snow.
Yeah, we can't do that. So the burgers is off the table for me and Havoc.
I'm bro. You know, I'm calling up Wingstop, bro. I'm not even messing around. I'm calling up
Oh,
Wingstop. I'm saying, get me Mac Hollins. Mac, I need them wings stat. So,
Oh,
for
shit,
real,
you
for
go to
real.
Burger King get burgers. You go to there's a lot of restaurants that you can go and get
Man, that
burgers.
will ruin the whole
No,
Super
they
Bowl
didn't.
experience. I love me some Burger King. Like I tear up every coupon that I get in
You
the
oh
mail.
you Chili's or with Uber Eats. There's Chili's. There's TGI Fridays.
I feel like you
You have
ordering Uber
options.
Eats is
There's
not
options.
appropriate for Super Bowl Sunday.
I'm personally going to take advantage of the fact that I can eat pizza and wings at the same time, and just call it a mulligan of a day, and that's that. So for me, give me my pizza, give me my wings, give me a cold beverage, and I'm ready to go.
What's your beverage of choice?
Uh, you know, considering it's a Super Bowl, uh, actually, to be honest, with you, I don't really drink beer. So, for me, I might try and do a nice, cause I have too much Maker's Mark on my hand right now.
Maker's
So a
Mark. That's
nice
that's Costco brand.
what? Maker's Mark?
That's
Yeah.
a that's
I
a
mean,
that's
they
an
sell Maker's
expensive
Mark
bourbon.
everywhere, right? They
Oh,
You
sell
talking
I'm
Maker's
about?
Mark
tripping. I'm
everywhere,
tripping.
but
That's Members Mark.
But
I'm
no,
tripping. That's
you talking
members.
about Maker's Mark is a
I'm not talking
bourbon. It's
about
an
Members Mark.
expensive
I'm talking about
bourbon.
Maker's Mark, bro.
Yeah, I got it confused for a second.
Oh yeah, Maker's Mark is good quality. So just have get into the
Maker's Mark.
cocktail lab a little bit, you know.
Hold on 1 second.
All
Man,
right, Banks, go ahead and tell us what your go-to meal for, I guess, snack and drink is for Super Bowl Sunday.
pretty much anything that people decide to make. Whenever I do decide to go to a party or something like that, this year I'm actually I'll be entertaining a guest who's coming by to watch the
Yeah.
football game with me. We'll have like a
Oh,
little
male or female?
female. Female. She's coming by to kick it with me for a little bit, watch the game. Nothing crazy. She just
Oh,
decided to hang out,
you
whatever.
want to tell us about her?
46.
Does
Not
she,
on air.
does
Not
she
on
have
air.
Hmm.
sentimental value?
I don't know. But yeah, we'll talk backstage about
Okay,
it. But
yeah.
she's cool though. She's dope. I tell you one thing about her though. She doesn't like Tom Brady, which is to your liking, and she loves LeBron James.
Mm.
So, which is
Yeah,
crazy.
Miami lost again.
I like LeBron, but when it comes down to having the discussion about Michael Jordan, then
Right.
you lost me. So I feel like she's
I'm the
pretty
same
date.
way. I'm the
She's
same way. People
she's
think I hate her,
pretty
but I don't.
dateable for me, to be honest. So go ahead and
Right.
pass it my way. I feel like we would kick it off just fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's cool though. But I'll eat pretty much whatever the party's having when I pull up there, or if I decide to go something. I mean, I'm into a lot of like the regular stuff, man. You got the boneless wings, the bone-in wings. I mean,
Bro, who eats boneless wings?
oh, I love that's my
Uh,
preferred go-to. I
What
love
is
boneless wings.
like
mhm.
I feel like that's like a waste of chicken right there. Boneless wings, bruh.
But to me, I feel
Well,
like they should be called bone. I think they just be called chicken nuggets. I don't know why they
it's
don't call
yeah,
them chicken
they're just
nuggets.
chicken tenders. They're chicken tenders, bro. Boneless
Pretty
And I
wings
much.
is
don't.
all marketing. It's all
Oh,
marketing.
Yeah, I was like,
Unbreaded. Hold on. How do I say unbreaded chicken? Unbreaded chicken
Well,
tenders.
actually, here's the thing. You actually can't do unbreaded boneless wings because then you just be eating a fried up piece of chicken breast probably.
bro,
So they
bone
just chicken
in.
tenders, bro.
Why does it taste so different though?
It doesn't.
It does. It tastes so different.
It's from it's still chicken, bro.
Havoc. It
And white
tastes
meat,
so
too.
freaking
Wings are white
It's
meat.
called it's called psychological marketing. They have you convinced it's different.
Okay,
It's
well, even if so, it's more
also
convenient to
boneless
have the
wings are
boneless.
made from white meat. Regular wings are dark meat. So that's probably why it's a little bit different.
Well, I
Okay,
love
bro.
boneless. I love boneless wings, bro. That shit is fire, bro. Like
I never knew that Havoc for real, but
Like
I
I
like
said,
mine with the bone. And we go.
Oh, me too.
I'm been killing that damn wing stop.
yeah, I
And,
think you get Wingstop every weekend or something like that. Because every time we in the backstage, we're talking on Twitter and watch whatever. You're always, hold on, man. Like every Sunday, hold on, man. I gotta get my Wingstop, man. Relax. I gotta get. I'm
man,
like,
since it's my turn, wing stop.
Do
Got
you
to
mess
get
around with
the.
the fried corn?
Nah, I'm good.
I
The
do like
10.
the voodoo fries. Have you ever had the voodoo fries from
I've
there,
had the fries. The fries are good.
Nah, I don't even get fries. See,
bro?
I gotta add a little bit of healthy food to when I buy my wing stop. So I get the
Okay.
10, I get the 10 mango habanero fire, and then
Mhm.
I get the I get the vegetable sticks, and I make sure to emphasize on getting the honey mustard. I like dipping my celery and my carrots in the honey
Damn, who the
mustard.
hell? Yes, you a serial killer, bro.
That's
Oh,
Who the hell eats fucking celery
that's a
sticks, bro?
that's a sociopathic
psycho
tendency
shit,
right
bro.
there.
bro, when
I
you
gotta have honey mustard with my celery stick.
My
What?
celery
that
stick.
shit
Hey man,
fire.
just eat the celery. Just eat the
That shit
celery.
is fire. They're like I if anybody is watching this podcast right now, I think I might clip this because I really want to see how many people have tried this or not. But go ahead and dip that carrot or that celery stick. Go ahead, dip that carrot and that celery stick
We're not gonna do this.
in the honey mustard and
Don't
tell me what you
listen.
think because that
Listen,
joint tastes good.
it's bad enough people douse their vegetables in ranch dressing.
oh, I love
Let's
celery
not get them
sticks
hooked
and
on something else.
I love celery sticks and ranch dressing, man.
God.
Bro,
That
I
is-
can't do it. You need to try the voodoo fries. I'm telling you, they're really, really good. They're really
By the
good.
way, this Sunday I'm gonna be going to Chili's and I'm gonna have me a nice burger. Which I think of y'all.
I feel
Rare,
like
by
there
the way.
should
I
be
eat it
some
rare.
type of nutrition added to your meal.
Well, I'm of the opinion when the majority of your meal is wings, you've given up on nutrition.
That's what the celery
Mhm.
sticks and the carrots
You
are
might as well
for.
just go all the way. Celery sticks are water. It's water and fiber.
It's a vegetable. It grows.
Hey, fiber man crap.
This guy's.
It's a
Y'all
vegetable.
swear I
It
don't have a
grows.
y'all swear I did not go to culinary
That's
school. I
what
don't know
she
what I'm
said.
talking about.
Havoc, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's all bro. The celery sticks are there to help the chicken wings move along the path. If you get what I'm talking
but
about.
what part of the
Mhm.
food group is it under?
What did you just say?
What part of the
What food
food
group?
group is it under?
It's a vegetable.
Celery? It's a
Yes.
vegetable.
All right, then. So we problem solved. It's a vegetable.
I'm done trying to educate you.
No,
I'm done
don't.
trying
Yeah,
to
just
educate
don't
you.
even hurt. Don't even wreck your brain, bro.
No,
Don't even.
no, I'm not arguing with you. I'm not arguing with you anymore. I'm not arguing with you anymore.
Is a carrot a vegetable?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Carrots actually have nutritional value, though. Celery stick is literally fiber and water.
All right, so for your sake,
Same thing with lettuce, iceberg lettuce.
Yeah, so
very similar.
So for your sake, for now on, I'm gonna make sure I tell the Uber Eats person, just make it all carrot sticks.
Now you get it. Now you get it. Yeah, but you just have one celery or two, just to
Nah, just to make you happy. I'm about to just get it all carrot sticks.
Who the hell?
This is for your health. I'm telling you, you eat them carrots, your eyesight's gonna improve tenfold.
Oh well, damn! I'm gonna even eat more carrot sticks.
I'm telling you that carrots, man, they're great for your eyes, man. They're great for your eyes.
Man.
Well, don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. He gonna go from glasses to shades in this bitch.
Yeah, right. We're gonna come on here looking like Trump. All
He's
orange.
gonna walk in here looking like Blade.
All right. Any final thoughts before we end up closing this out?
As always, it's always a pleasure to come on here and chop it up a little bit, and look forward to the Super Bowl. That's it. I don't have anything deep to say.
Shake money.
Me neither. Same thing as Echo Havoc says. And Tua's our quarterback next year, so go Tua.
I'm sorry, man. This Tua thing is never gonna stop, bro. It's so funny, man. This is so funny, dog.
It's ridiculous.
It's like
it
P.
really
Diddy.
is ridiculous.
Hey, Banks. It's like PD. I thought I told you that it won't stop. I thought I told you that it won't stop.
Edit, bro.
I thought I told you that it won't stop.
Into an edit. But yeah, man. To echo everybody's points, man. It's like as always, bro. It's good to come on here and get some therapy. This is therapy for me every week, bro. This is a good time for us to step away for an hour and a half, just to be men, talk about sports and all the things that we like to do and things like that. And I'm hoping for a really good Super Bowl game, no matter who wins, as long as the game comes out to be a good one. I'm hoping that Tom Brady can pull it off and the Buccaneers, they can pull it off. But if they don't, credit to the Kansas City Chiefs. If the Chiefs pull off this video, that lets you know that they're for real, and they're here to stay for a little while. So, tonight we were supposed to have a special guest with us. What was his name?
Spit 389.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he was not able to join us tonight due to some unexpected circumstances. But this upcoming Saturday, we'll have another guest on with us. He'll be joining us. To talk about a little bit of the Super Bowl, and we're just gonna be kicking it, man. It's another one of those chill podcasts where we just kick it and laugh and have a good time. So, looking forward to Saturday as well. But yeah, that's it, man. You guys have a great rest of your week, and we'll be here Saturday.
Peace out, man.
All right. Well, first things first, I did want to say shout out to Jay Hearn for being active in the chat once again. Our number one moderator.
Mod Squad.
Mod Squad, yes, Mod Squad. To piggyback off of what Banks just said, Spit 389. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it this evening. I felt like this was going to be huge, especially considering the fact that the highlight of the Super Bowl right now is the Houston Texans and Deshaun Watson. And I felt like he could have shed some serious light on that whole situation from the beginning of time where we first started having issues with the Houston Texans. But hopefully we can get them here on Saturday. Also, be sure to go ahead and check out his YouTube channel. I'm going to end up leaving that link in the description too as well. But outside of that, man, be sure to go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Most definitely share the podcast. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Anchor, and on other major streaming platforms. This is a Not for Debate. We're up out of here, man.
We're up out of here.
Peace.